way. I know I gotta.
Okay, my sunscreen isn't even rubbed in. It's 8:38. It is officially 20 minutes before work starts. It's a 10-minute bike ride. I'm supposed to be there 10 minutes early. So,
If you don't know me, my name is Chloe, and when I think of what a PhD student is supposed to be, I don't think of the morning that you're seeing right now, which is marked in many ways by chaos and rushedness as I try to get into my part-time job at the Kellogg Business School as an in-person course moderator. I wanted to start this diaries series as I attempt to pursue my PhD to document what actual life looks like as a PhD student, which is often marked by chaos, even if academia likes to mark itself as antithetical to chaos. And despite this one be so chaotic, I really did enjoy it. So I hope you enjoy, and welcome to the vlog. And welcome to my life too, I guess.
my front tire is like perpetually a little flat. I hope you can hear me. Because it's so fucking windy out. But it makes it so hard to bike. After this, I think I'll go to the bike store. But it's 8:44. We're halfway there. Less than 4 minutes. So we're making good time. I am so incredibly sweaty. But we made it to the global hub. Team, we are out of the global hub. It's a Gorgina day in Evanston. Luckily, I've got hella work to do to spend this Gorgina day. Oh my goodness, look at this bird perched near my bicycle. Crash. We're gonna try to fix my bike because I think the tire's flat. And then we're gonna go from there working towards heading to the bike shop maybe, then home to walk Schmidt, make some lunch, and then I might come back to the library to go to a nice coffee shop to do some work. The world is really my oyster. We got breakfast at work today, so I'm grateful and thankful, and we'll see where things go. Academia is a hellhole, but you cannot say it's not a hellhole with a view. People, God, look at that. Oh, it's gorgeous. Hi, home team. We are back again. It's 1:37. I have concluded that the bike is okay. I just don't know how to pump a bike tire, which is unfortunate for me. But the people at the Wheels and Sprocket, Evanston, shout out, so nice. Gretchen, so kind, pumped my bike tires for free. Ironed, oiled the chain, and we're good to go. And work was lovely, and I had such great lemon bars that my professor boss's daughter made. And so now the plan for the rest of the evening, hold on, I thought this through. We have the agenda. We have already, let me get my pencil ready. We had work, check. We had our meeting after work, check. I still have to submit my timesheet. We biked home. We took the bike to the bike shop, check. That took a little bit longer than anticipated. The lighting. Oh, Jesus, the lighting. What happened to autofocus, babes? What happened to autofocusing? Okay, maybe that's better. Maybe it's worse. The world may never know. I need to wash Schmidt. He's waiting on it. And then we're gonna clean the kitchen and cook the chicken that I have been marinating. I took over a month off and cut you bitches some slack. Just kidding, I just went down the road. Those errands took much longer than I thought they would. It's 3:13. But we've got solid plans in place. I went to the Commoditon USPS. I picked up these John Lewis stamps, which I'm really pumped about for my letter writing activities. I went to the Benison's Bakery. I struggled so hard to make a decision. I'm so bad at making decisions. But I eventually concluded on 2 cakes, 1 red velvet, 1 strawberry. One says, congrats on your frontal lobe and new census bracket. And one says, happy 25th birthday, Chloe. And right now I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing the night of my 25th birthday. And I'm also looking at flight tickets. And we're gonna do this. We're postponing the day schedule a little bit, but we're gonna do this for like the next 20 minutes. And then we'll sort through the food situation for the evening. Finding a flight should be used as a hazing tactic. I can't anymore. I think I'm gonna lay on the couch for like 5 minutes. Okay, it's much later. It's time. We need to make dinner. In order to make dinner though, we need to clean the kitchen. So, cue the montage. Okie dokie, the kitchen is clean, evidence. So now we can get it messy again to cook. I hate this life. I'm making this DIY Chipotle bowl recipe, which is from What's Gabby Cooking. I just found it when I googled Chipotle bowl. I don't know, I was feeling Chipotle-ish. There's a Chipotle in Evanston, and I'm convinced they're overcharging because they know it's students, and I just think that should be frankly illegal. So I already pre-made the rice because I was gonna make this a few days ago, and then I didn't. But we are gonna gather our ingredients. I did a lot of prep work with the hope that, I apologize if the dishwasher is too loud, this would not take long. Actually, I did a lot of prep work with the hope that I would eat this a few days ago, but that didn't happen. So, we have the rice pre-made. I'm going to like saute it in the lime, like they recommend, so that it's like Chipotle lime rice. This is mostly brown rice with a little bit of white rice baked in, and I made it in my rice cooker. And I'm gonna boil it a little bit because I think it's a little undercooked in some stations. I have the chicken marinated, and I'm going to pop that on the stove. And then we have black beans, we have corn, we have topping stuff. So we're gonna figure out how to cook this so that it's not just fucking, maybe it's just microwavable, who knows. I'll come back to you. Okie dokie, we are finished. I still have the plate, but I have, this is I cleaned tortillas, chips, the Chipotle chicken, some salsa and guac. This is a mix of buttered lettuce and spinach, some rice, some corn, some beans on the stove because there's nowhere else to put them. And I'm so excited for dinner. Yes. I called my grandparents, which was so sweetie pie. But that meant also I need to find my tripod, god damn it. That meant also that I didn't show you my plating. And it's done and dusted now. I had it with a Doc Pop. Slayed it. Still sipping. It is time to clock in. Can we focus? Chili Pop. Duo. Lingo. We have a 123-day streak going. I have rank 3 in the Amethyst League. Thank you very much. You can't see because my camera doesn't want to focus. That's fine. She can do what she wants. And we have 15 hours left to finish this Sprint's quest. I got a little gift sent to me. And so I need to use my boost. Oh. For good, not evil. And clock in, completing my lessons. ASAP Naraki. So we'll be sat here, and then we'll put up the food, and then we'll walk it, and we'll attend to the rest of the evening, as we should. Okie dokie. Hi. I feel like we haven't chatted all day. I'm Chloe, if you don't know. And I'm finally doing the PhD portion of the day in the life of a PhD student vlog. To be fair, it's Saturday, but it's 10:36. I can't see that because of the whole focusing debacle. The top of my hand sanitizer just fell. But I wanted to chat about the work that I was doing, or about to do, because it is a day in the life of a PhD student vlog. I am a rising third year, and just finished my second year at Northwestern in the Theater and Drama PhD department. And right now I am working on my DIS prospectus, which is ideally going to be about late 19th and early 20th century Black women on and off stage, and how their imaginations serve as critical memories for modernity and Black survival in modernity. We're still workshopping, but tonight I think I'm going to do something easy. I have this book, The Captive Stage, by Douglas Jones Jr., which I've only read the intro of, but I've really found to be fruitful and formative for my work thus far. And I originally got the book from, excuse me, I'm moving all about this desk, from the library, and I tabbed it all up and wrote in pencil because I'm not a fiend. And I'm going to transfer those pencil annotations into pen while I listen to a little podcast. And then I think I might also work on an incomplete I have for a class that I couldn't finish the final because I got ill. And I have to turn a conference paper into a journal-length article. I have this conference paper that I did for the class called The Perpetual Stage, Scenes of Subjection from the Auction Block to Broadway, which is about William Wells, The Escape or Leap. Wells Brown's, excuse me, The Escape or Leap for Freedom, and George Gershwin and Rose Haywood's Fergie and Bess, the opera. And so I might read through some of this and mark it up and just see what the work that needs to be done is to get it to journal paper. It's not going to, I might submit it, but it's not going to go to an actual journal now. It's just going to be submitted for the final. I have this napkin because I also have some cake that I made the other day that I'm going to enjoy while I highlight and listen to a podcast and do all the things, consume several forms of media. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, a little update. We were able to get through all of moving the annotations, which I'm super happy about. I want to talk a little bit about how I'm organizing, because this text I'm reading to develop my prospectus, but I'm also going to be reading for quals. My program does things a little bit differently in that we have to develop our dissertation prospectus before we do qualifying exams. So my dissertation prospectus is due September 15th. I got a little bit of an extension. It's typically due in May of your second year. And then after your prospectus is approved, you can either get like revise and resubmit or a straight out approval. And after you're approved, you begin studying for your qualifying exams. And since this is one of the texts for my qualifying exams, I want to be really attentive while I'm reading for prospectus development in the construction of my annotation style. And so this is what I have. I am kind of doing, I don't know if you can see that, this triple annotation guide, the gold, and I will probably do different colors for each book. I picked these colors based on the cover, because it has this gold, blue, and red detailing. But the gold annotations are the central points or the central claims that the text is making, that Jones is making in the text. And I'm selecting those, or bringing attention to those so that I can start tracking themes that Jones is calling to the forefront. And those themes will be what I put in my study guides for my qualifying exams. And also looking for the key theoretical or analytical interventions that Jones is making, so that I can cite those as this developed concept is coming from Jones, and Jones is getting it from this lineage of thought. To that point, I'm tracking at the bottom relevant scholars or interesting things to return to in the realm of scholars, case studies, etc. So that I can look for scholars that Jones is in conversation with, his kind of historiographic approach, as well as scholars that are in similar fields and case studies that he's employing that might be interesting for me to turn to, or archives that he's going to that might be interesting to visit the collections information of for the development of cases for my dis, as I'm trying to solidify which cases I want to use. And then the last category is things that are relevant to my individual research, or what I'm calling me thinking with the text. These are sections that I'm highlighting that this line in particular feels resonant for what I'm trying to conceptualize, specifically around the imagination as something I'm thinking about as dually something that's happening in your head, and also a critical tool that we can use to maybe fabulate. That might be a misuse of Hartman's fabulation. I think it is a misuse of Hartman's fabulation. Excuse me, Sadiq Hartman. Dr. Sadiq Hartman is probably never going to watch this. But excuse my misuse of critical fabulation. I'm tired. It's 11:40 p.m. But that's that on that. This is what I do for academic texts, and I'm gonna do it in the library books for quals in the same way. This is how I started it in the library book, just with a little sticky note, and then erase through to return on the library books, and books that once I'm finished reading the intro or all of the book and I find them to be oh, I will need this for the rest of my research career, I'm gonna purchase a copy if it is an accessible financial choice at the time period. I say this is what I'm doing for academic texts because I want to do something a little bit different for fiction. And I was just about to start turning to transferring some annotations that I did on my little bitty Kindle. Let me get those stickers of Claude McKay's Home to Harlem into my physical copy of Claude McKay's Home to Harlem. And I am sometimes hesitant to annotate academic texts via Kindle or Apple books, which I use fairly frequently, just because it's difficult to engage with specificity. And on the physical Kindle, on the Kindle app, you can distinguish color, but on the physical Kindle, it just auto chooses, because a Kindle is a black and white interface. All of that is to say, I often don't contend with like the height of my analytical thinking. I might do a first read on the Kindle, but I'm not playing to the fullest extent on the Kindle. I am reading fiction consistently on the Kindle, and even case studies that are fiction, case studies and pleasure reading that are fiction. This is kind of doing both, and is also a reading for class that I didn't get to finish while I was in the class and was interested in finishing. What I do on the Kindle is essentially just a bare bones highlight. Like it's not so much an annotation as a reading with a highlighter, to highlight lines that I like, lines that I'm interested in. And it's essentially this blue point in the capture stage. It's me talking with the text. Like, fiction is me. My fiction annotation or engagement style is me talking with the text. And what I do is kind of pull like, this is an example of when I was annotating the book physically, reading the book physically still. I'll highlight a line, and if I have a comment, I'll just write it in the margin. Usually in pencil, sometimes in not pencil. But I'll do the same thing on the Kindle. I'll highlight a line, and the lines will populate in this section of, if I can navigate to it, this section of the Kindle that has all of your annotations. That looks like this. I don't know if we have the color capacity to focus on something so bright. Okay, there we go. Actually, I'm in. Yeah. And so I will do a similar thing of talking with the text, and then, just because I'm kind of a hoarder and I like the process of it, I'll just transfer them over. And I'll read them across different devices, and either when I'm finished with the book or I'm not finished but I kind of want to like add stuff in, I'll transfer it over. And that's what I'm about to do next with my evening. I'm going to do a little bit more Duolingo as well. I don't know that I'm going to get to reading through this. I might. I tend to work best at night, so I kind of feel like I'm on a roll, and I might do that. I'll let you know. But I wanted to talk a little bit about that. Just to check in, to share with y'all what I've been working on. It's 1:06 a.m. God damn. I didn't even know that. I just went through, like I said I was going to, the Kindle, and this is kind of what my fiction, and trying to find a good example, like fiction annotations look like. It's just highlighting and talking. And I think talking back to the text, not the author, but the text, but the words as if they are being spoken to you, not by a source, but in and of themselves, is a pedagogical and personal technique that has been incredibly valuable for me as I've been trying to sort through like what it means to engage with literature, with linguistic care and specificity, and care for the like a critical care for the imagination as a source of knowledge. I think talking back with the author gives me an opportunity, not with the author. I'm tired and messing up my own thoughts, and there goes my lights. I think talking back with the text gives me the opportunity to attend to the imagination in such a critical way that the imagination becomes the knowledge source rather than the author becoming the knowledge source. And that's kind of what I'm trying to put into practice by being intentional about talking back, especially to Black texts, and seeing what I gain when I engage in a conversation with them. So yeah, I'm on page 219 of Home to Harlem out of 340, and I'm excited to finish. It's 1:27. I have marked up the first two pages like this that y'all saw me doing. I'm going to talk more about the method that I'm using to mark this up tomorrow. But it's multifaceted in that I'm going to talk more about tomorrow proceeds to talk about it. Girl, get serious. It's multifaceted in that I'm like reading for edits linguistically, grammatically, sound-wise, but also content-wise. All editing is that way. This is not a new thought. I'm aware of that. And yet, I think expanding something, both in word count and in format, from a like conference talk to a journal piece is a different skill set, because I wrote this knowing that I would speak it, so it's written in my voice, my speaking voice, which is the same as but slightly different in tone and presentation than my journalistic writing voice, or like my academic writing voice writ large. So I'm hopeful that tomorrow I can put the pedal to the metal in taking to these small sections, double checking my citations first of all, but also rereading the scenes that I analyze for the conference paper, turning back to the scenes in the text and seeing like how might this analysis have to change for the format, and what extra theoretical or like scenic context do I need to provide, knowing that the form is different. I also phrased this conference talk around a musical that I was showing clips of in the conference, and now I need to quote the libretto, which is going to be a different form of analysis because I'm turning more to the linguistic analysis. I was analyzing linguistically initially, but the audience had the benefit of seeing the musical moments before. I think I'll turn it in for the night, and we'll see how this goes. I feel confident about this progress. Good work, team. Good work, team.